But don't worry, we'll still be here. We'll see you again soon.
International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUF for life. We are IUF.
Good evening and welcome. I am Martha Hamtenya. In the news tonight, City Cycle Lane cones destroyed before launch. Affirmative repositioning movement to formalize structures. Charity donates goods worth $10,000 Namibian to Red Cross. Farmers urged to learn about remedies for different livestock diseases. And round up Business on One, Comments Corner, Sports and the Weather. Numerous cones demarcating bicycle lanes around the city have been destroyed before the cycle lanes are officially open to the public. The city of Windhoek also refutes claims that the bicycle lanes are narrow as they are constructed in accordance with the 9 motorized transport infrastructure guideline documents.
The construction of the bicycle lanes is part of an effort to make economic activities more accessible to middle and low-income residents and reduce peak hour congestion, accident pollution and greenhouse gas emissions associated with cars. The 4-kilometer cycle lanes around the city are not yet open to the public and were made possible by a $1 million grant from the German International Cooperation GIZ. Speaking to Today on One, the coordinator of Smart Cities, Hilda Nathaniel, stated that most of the cones placed on cyclist lanes are damaged due to reckless drivers.
Cones are damaged, and we as the city of Windhoek, we are much well aware of that. What we do is every week we go on site and then we just see how many cones have been damaged, and then we tell our maintenance office so that they can actually replace the cones. We have a lot of cones in stock, so we are going to be replacing the cones. We are really just encouraging people to stop bumping the cones. They are there for a reason, and they are there to protect our cyclists away from the motorists. So we just really want to encourage people, please stop bumping the cones. Yes, we are replacing them, but still just don't bump the cones. The city is aspiring to become a cycling and friendly city. So basically what we do is we are obviously also on the lookout for initiatives and donors and funders. So in 2019, we took part in the TUMI initiative. TUMI stands for Transformative Urban Mobility Initiative, of which we got 3 million. So from the 3 million, we're supposed to buy bicycles. And so we were like, okay, so we are buying the bicycles. And then our then council decided, you know what, we also need an infrastructure so that the people who are going to be getting the bicycles can actually use the infrastructure. So then we approached our partner, the GIZ, Corporation of Namibia, and then they funded us with $1 million Namibian dollars. And that is what now we used. For the 1 million is what we used to construct the bicycle lane that we have now, stretching for 4 kilometers on both sides of the road. And yeah, so basically the city did not spend anything. It was actually from our sponsors and our partners.
Nathaniel stated that the city received a shipment of 40 bicycles, where 20 bicycles will be given to students at the University of Namibia Commonstyle campus, while the remaining 20 will be given to the Namibia University of Science and Technology.
We have received a shipment of 40 bicycles that will be given to the university students. So that is the University of Namibia, the Commonstyle campus. They are getting 20 bicycles. And then the Namibian University of Science and Technology, NAS, will also be getting 20 bicycles. We're actually just waiting for the students to return back from recess. I believe they are on recess now. And then we are going to kickstart off our project with that. Yes, e-bikes for Africa is one of our partners on this project. They are the ones who are helping us, especially with the technicals, because they are one of the organizations or companies in Namibia that are actually dealing with e-bikes. So yeah, we are working very much hand in hand with them.
Nathaniel further urged motorists to support the initiative by avoiding bumping cyclists and cones and get used to sharing the road with cyclists.
There are different types of decisions, such as rational, habitual, impulsive, and coin tossing.
Let's get started.
The consumption of poultry containing food poisoning organisms such as salmonella, but the danger to health can be dramatically reduced.
What about other organisms in the animal kingdom? Well, some animals are ectothermic.
Welcome to Lesson 5 for Grade 10 and 11 Mathematics.
Methodologies and approaches in order to produce relevant and suitable results.
The Affirmative Repositioning Movement activist-in-chief, Job Ampanda, announced that they will host a National Assembly at Otavi to discuss plans to expand and formalize structures of the movement in the regions.
Affirmative Repositioning leader Job Ampanda stated that plans to expand the organizational structure of the movement comes in response to the growth of the AR movement since its establishment in 2014.
We had always explained that our strategy and tactics include providing information and inspiration to the masses of our people. Undoubtedly, we planted several seeds of inspiration in our society over the years. The seeds have germinated and have grown both inside and outside our movement. To respond to the growth of our movement, it is clear that the organizational methods that have carried us over the years are no longer sufficient. We're not saying they are not useful, but we are saying they are no longer sufficient. More is demanded of us in 2022 than it was demanded of us in 2018. While our values and ideologies remain sacrosanct in our work, the organizational infrastructure that carried us through requires expansion. To move away from informalities to formalities. But I think it's not the first time where we experience this type of things like that, but we will be more organized. It's going to be more better to address some of those specific problems. As far as our activists in the regions are concerned, they are very excited in terms of the reef. In fact, we are late. Our first strategy was to establish the communities. And then when we established the community from the bottom, and like that, but that program failed, where we thought, okay, we are sending George to Katima, and George in Katima is now going to be the one to set up this thing. It's a problem. We are now giving power to the activists in the region. They are the one who knows the people better. They are the one who are going to be making determination. Of course, there would always be opinions on strategies and tactics. Yeah, as a robust movement, that's just generally how it is.
Founding member of the AR, George Kambala, indicated that the assembly in November will contribute greatly towards the movement achieving its objectives.
During that week of the 4th to the 6th of November, we'll be going to debate the movement's constitution and two, its programs, and also to mirror its structures. So
So we have robust debates on issues of national concern. So we expect all our regional chairpersons to take this thing seriously, to embark on this journey as quick as possible.
Johannes, an AR activist and the interim chairperson of the Otjolonjupa region, praised the opportunity of hosting the National Assembly in his region, as this signifies that the movement will be taken closer to the people.
I welcome the idea that we are now starting to move various events to different towns and different regions, and by so doing we are able to bring the movement to the people, because this movement is not for 3 or 4 individuals. It's a brand that must be owned by every household, and that is the direction that we are going to take from now going forward. Very, very important. I am actually urging the business community actually in Otavi to also start looking into how best can we jump in this opportunity. Those that are able to venture into accommodation business, this is going to be an opportunity because 650 delegates are going to boost our economy. So let us look into this and see how best can we position our town to benefit from this. I will be engaging Otavi Town Council in NS to discuss on how best we can make sure that this event benefits the local people and also uplift the economy for our town. Yeah, with that said, for now, thank you.
The National Assembly will be attended by members of the Interim National Activist Council, interim regional chairpersons, and activists from all 121 constituencies countrywide.
Win free airtime with Learn on One. Tell us what's your favorite subject on Learn on One and win $50 airtime. SMS your answer, name, age, and the town you live in to 555. Standard T's and C's and SMS rates apply. Learn on One. Invite learning in.
As part of their donation drive to assist registered Namibian humanitarian organizations, Charity handed over various goods to Namibia Red Cross Society, who will subsequently distribute those items to vulnerable members of the community.
Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.
Charity today donated nappies, sanitary products and cleaning products to Namibia Red Cross, the non-profit organization that assists charity homes, orphanages and schools that has feeding schemes for the vulnerable children, has so far assisted 5,800 people with good hampers since April this year.
We are here today at the Namibian Red Cross with our lovely bunch of individuals that are helping us getting this done. We are Charity Namibia, and we are part and parcel of providing these small amount of token gifts to the Namibian Red Cross. There are many little babies and young families that need this kind of support, and we are in a position to do our best for companies like the Red Cross and definitely give the support that a lot of our Namibian companies want to provide to our community. This is all part of our corporate social responsibility program, and we would like to thank our partners Vuto and many others that made this wonderful occasion happen today, and it is with great pleasure that this is our first donation, as far as I understand, to the Namibian Red Cross, and may it be one of many more.
Miss Namibia Chelsea Shikongo was recently chosen to be the brand ambassador for Charity. Shikongo says although her reign was made difficult due to the COVID-19 outbreak, she is passionate about charity work.
I mean, being the oldest of 6 siblings, I completely understand how important it is to take care of other people. And with being Miss Namibia, it is a platform for charity as well. So I think this is very important to be here and just to show representation, which is also important, just to show the Namibian people that although COVID happened, I'm still here and I can still help wherever I can. I started a GoFundMe to raise money for the people of Tualoloka when the fire happened last year, and I managed to raise 22,000 Namibian dollars in 48 hours. So I truly believe in GoFunding or funding platforms to really raise money for the Namibian people. So yes, definitely here for it.
The Namibian Red Cross Society say they are grateful for the gesture as the donation will come in handy, especially assisting vulnerable people within the community.
I'm very grateful for this gesture that you have donated to us. We are very thankful and grateful because this will go handy because we have a lot of vulnerable people that really needs assistance and we are really grateful. It's a big start.
Rosa Angula from Mummies in Need from Rehoboth say this is the second time the organization is assisting them. They assist mothers with formula milk and nappies as well as cook for crowds in low advantage areas.
We started our foundation because we wanted to help Rehoboth mummies that don't have formula and need diapers as well. But we also do weekly cookouts for people in low advantage areas. We try and help out with schools as well. So we just reached out and asked for a helping hand because we saw Ms. Namibia is involved, and which will also bring exposure to our organization. And hopefully in that way we can provide more help to people in Rehoboth.
Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.
The correct use of veterinary medicine by farmers has become an urgent concern because of the continued spread of lung disease among cattle in the northern communal areas. Agribank Livestock and Rangeland Management Technical Advisor Erastus Ngaruka urged farmers to develop animal health calendars to ensure the health and optimal market performance of their livestock.
Ngaruka told Today on One that livestock health has a direct link to market performance and can lead to great economic losses if not properly managed. Ngaruka said farmers are often concerned with different side effects and abnormalities caused by medicines. However, no remedies were developed to deliberately harm animals, and it therefore comes down to the method, handling and dosage administered to the animal by farmers.
For example, the vaccines, they need to be kept in a cold chain. From when you buy it until when you are using it, it must be kept cold from between 2 degrees Celsius to 8 degrees Celsius. So these are the errors that farmers are making. You buy a medicine from the shop, for example, Agra. So when you're buying it, where do you get it from? From the fridge, isn't it? So once they get it, they put it in their handbags or just there in the open, killing this cold storage. So the moment that they're going to use that medicine, it has lost its potency. So it may not be effective, or it may even result in an allergic reaction, or it will lead to such negative effects that they are complaining about.
Ngaruka explained that common prevailing diseases in farming areas which require compulsory vaccination include anthrax, foot and mouth, brucellosis and lung disease. Ngaruka stated that if farmers know the different symptoms and remedial actions for these diseases, it would help with early detection and administering of the right treatments to minimize further infection.
Number one, we have veterinary directorate. Whenever they suspect these diseases or these symptoms, they need to report. And again, from there, they need to make sure that their animals are well managed in terms of disease control. And if they have animals grazing on the other side of the borders, or if they are mingling with animals in the risky zones, then they need to somehow put measures to limit that mingling. So they should just vaccinate their animals. They should make sure that their animals are grazing within areas that they are supposed to, not cross borders, not go into risky areas. So, which may be difficult, especially when you are in communal areas, animals are moving freely. Yeah, there's no fencing, but it's more of reporting the cases as early as possible and also vaccinating as early as possible.
Ngaruka urged that farmers not copy what they see other farmers do, but rather get informed and maintain a clean and safe farming environment for both animals and humans.
In other leading stories, the Namibian government, through a cabinet decision made on 28 June 2022, has approved the importation of non-commercial vehicles aged up to 12 years. This was after the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade reviewed the second-hand age restrictions from the current 8 years to 12 years. The new measures, which will be effective for a 2-year period, are an interim relief measure for the second-hand vehicle industry under the prevailing economic conditions. The Ministry of Industrialization and Trade will further undertake annual assessments of the global economic situation to observe any improvement that will necessitate the removal of the 2-year relief measure.
Joseph Sheffen is standing by with Business on One.
Welcome to Business on One. The Namibia Revenue Agency, NAMRA, this week launched the Advanced Ruling System, which, according to the Southern African Customs Union, SACU, will provide a transparent and formal process whereby importers and exporters receive a binding written ruling from Customs Administration prior to transactions.
Executive Secretary at the Southern African Customs Union at the Advanced Ruling System launch said that it is important that traders are certain about importation requirements of their goods, which will reduce misclassification. She added that the system achieves the SACU Regional Authorized Economic Operators Program, which was approved by SACU Council of Ministers in June this year, for faster clearance of goods across the SACU border post.
In addition, advanced ruling provides certainty and predictability of cross-border trade transactions. This reduces disputes during the clearance of goods, thus eliminating unnecessary delays at borders, as it was said earlier. As part of the mandate of the revenue administrations to facilitate seamless and timely movement of goods within SACU and beyond, advanced rulings is one of the key enablers. In doing business, it is critical that there is predictability across the entire value chains of doing business, including the customs requirements at borders. It is important that our traders are certain with regards to importation requirement for their goods, as this will reduce chances of misclassification on products and time spent by customs administrations in classifying goods. In addition, this will support Namibian traders in reducing the amount of time spent at borders, which will further contribute towards reducing the cost of doing business, improve Namibia's performance and rating in the Trading Across Border Index, as well as the ease of doing business, in essence, improving efficiency.
Secretary General of the World Customs Organization says the system will build trust between customs and businesses, thus urging customs officials to raise their standards of professionalism and integrity, and for the business community to raise its compliance level.
This is a win-win situation, and to make Namibia really a favorable place for doing business, investment, trade. And therefore, this is a very important step, and of course, this will continue in the future. And we need to engage our partners in trade. And in this way, I hope that NAMRA could really start to build up enhanced trust. And even AO is in the same meaning that trusted traders' supply chain will be done.
The Namibia Revenue Agency's commissioner said the system is one of the key trade facilitation programs, noting that it's not only for Namibians, but also for traders from Botswana, Zambia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Advanced ruling is not only
for the trader is not only for the Namibians. Remember, in Namibia we are strategically positioned, and we are saying that we are gateway to Southern Africa. In Namibia we're positioning ourselves as a transport and logistic hub for the region. And given the fact that we are surrounded also by some landlocked country as well, there are business personalities in Zambia, in Botswana, in DRC, that are also doing business here. And all of those, they are going to benefit from the implementation of a program like this advanced ruling.
The European Union delegation to Namibia stated that tariff classification allows for common language in trade, and the 6 common digits provide a common denominator for mutual recognition of products.
The clock has struck for your daily business and financial news update. Brought to you by The Brief.
The Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs announced the planned recruitment of new members despite a recruitment freeze imposed by government as part of its cost containment measures. It is not clear if the ministry has secured a government exemption regarding the recruitments. Finance Minister Pumbushimi, when asked if government had sanctioned the planned recruitment by the Namibian Defense Force, which could further drive up its wage bill, said that he is not well acquainted with the recruitment process of NDF and its cost implications, therefore stated that he does not have much information. The planned National Defense Forces recruitment comes as the government, the Namibia Public Workers Union, and the Namibian National Teachers Union are currently deadlocked over salaries. The rand weakened in early trade on Monday, resuming its downward trend from the week before as the safe haven dollar strengthened amid global growth fears. At 6:32 Greenwich Mean Time, the rand traded at 16 rands 94 cents against the dollar, down 0.19% from its previous close. The rand was within a touching distance of hitting 17 rands on Monday after trading at 16 rand 99 cents earlier, a level unseen since September 2020. The dollar index, which measures the currency against 6 counterparts, was up 0.32% and last trading at 107.42. The currency surged to a 24-year high on the yen in morning trade. The rand was battered last week and hit multiple lows as investors sought the safety of the US dollar at a time of high economic uncertainty as fears over a looming global recession grow. And the World Bank has once again failed to release Namibia's economic status into a lower middle-income economy after it recently updated its country classification by income level for 2022 to 2023. Although the World Bank reclassified Namibia as an upper middle-income country in 2009, the country over the years called for a reclassification amid concerns the current classification was inaccurate. President Hage Geingob consistently warned that the current classification has serious implications on Namibia's access to affordable debt financing and grants, impacting its ability to address poverty and inequality. However, Mary Frances Mary Nelly, the World Bank Country Director for Namibia, said the country should be grateful for being classified as a middle-income country. She added, quote unquote, to be considered a middle-income country is the fact that you have done something well. A lot of people in low-income countries would love to be in that position, meaning in the first 20 years of independence you invested, and as a result of that, the GDP moved all the way up, which is a good thing.
This was your daily Namibian business and financial news update. For in-depth stories, read more on thebrief.com.na now.
And that is all we have for you. Be sure to join us again, and don't forget to follow us on our social media pages.
A 66-year-old pensioner could not contain his joy after he received a house 8 years after his shack was destroyed by fire. The pensioner, Timoteu Shaningi, received a two-bedroom house valued at 280,000 Namibian dollars. Linu said this is what is needed in the country. Christopher asked about other pensioners. Nate asked about the rate and taxes of pensioners. Ita is not impressed because elections are near. Sirius wants to see more such testimonies. That's all from Comments Corner. Be sure to engage on our stories on our social media pages for broadcast on Today on One. Castro Olumbu is up next with a sport update.
Welcome to Sports on One. I'm your host Castro Olumbu. The MTC Salute Boxing Academy stable announced a title shot match for their boxer Nathaniel Nati Kakololo. Nati is set to face undefeated Nick Ball from the United Kingdom for his World Boxing Council WBC Silver Featherweight title on Saturday the 16th of July at Copper Box Arena, Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park in London.
For Kakololo, he is ready to go and take the title. I trust him. He's very fit. We watched the other opponent, how he fight. We know the security. And me and my brother, Ed Hedfaston and Job, we know we did what we supposed to do. And the Kakololo, he will deliver the message. Just wait for us at the airport.
The current World Boxing Association WBA Pan-African Featherweight Champion Nathaniel Nati Kakololo has a big task ahead as he faces undefeated rising featherweight star Nick Ball from the United Kingdom. A Ball, who has a record of 15 fights and 15 wins, will look to defend his title against Nati Kakololo, who has a record of 18 fights, 14 wins, 3 losses and a draw, with his last victory coming against the Tanzanian Kasimu Hamad Haji in May this year. During the announcement, a confident Kakololo assured that he is ready to bring the title to Namibia despite some poor results outside the country, with 2 losses recorded in June and July of 2021 in Russia and Ukraine respectively.
You know what happened in Ukraine? It was a clear win for me. They robbed my WBO title. In Russia, they're supposed to give me even a draw. So with them, I have a revenge. And this is a long time coming. I'm supposed to fight for this WBC title in South Africa, but that fight couldn't materialize because of ABC. And this is my time now. This is my right time now. I'm going to get it in London. I will get it. I always say, champion don't get ready, champion stay ready. This time around, my coaches, they polish me until I don't know. I never been fit like this before. This time around, I'm going to be my own judge. I'm going there like I am my own judge, because you know what happened. And about the fitness. You know, after Chuarongo, it's like we saw it coming. We come back to the gym and we are on our top fit. I'm fit for this fight.
Promoter and owner of the MTC Salute stable, Kiriata Kamanya, expressed appreciation towards his fellow local promoter Nestor Tobias from the MTC Sunshine stable for making the fight possible.
My task is only to let the nation and also to thank who's making this event to be happening. I want to thank Mr. Sunshine Tobias, who is give us making connection to us to getting this this bout. Is a very important bout. It's a big title in the world, and I think we are also prepared for this fight. Master Nestor, thank you, my brother, so much. We really highly appreciate that what you're coming up with. We want also to let the nation knows we are really ready. Kakororo is in the gym. We were training so hard for this fight. I think we got to win this fight. I want to thank my trainers, Tobias Nashirongo and Rifas Najebo, and the boxer himself. They are here, and I'm great. They was put up a great and push Kakro to the limit. I was also involving in this preparation.
The MTC Salute boxing team, which consists of Kiriata Kamanya, coach Tobias Nashilongo and boxer Nathanael Kakololo, flew to the United Kingdom earlier today to start preparations for Saturday night. Thank you for watching. Catch us again tomorrow for Sports on One. Don't forget to follow us on our social media pages for more updates on the sports front.
Thank you, Castro. Time now for the weather forecast.
Now a look at tomorrow's weather forecast. The interior will be sunny and warm in the south and the northwest. Elsewhere, partly cloudy and warm. The coast will be partly cloudy and mild with fog patches in the morning. Wind will be light to moderate southwesterly to southeasterly. Here is what travelers can expect in places across the country and beyond.
That's all we have for you for tonight. Don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. Until next time, it's good night.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Prevention is important. Help prevent the spread of illness and keep yourself and others well. Hand washing is one of the most effective ways of preventing the spread of germs. Wash your hands regularly with soap and hot water, scrubbing your hands thoroughly for at least 20 seconds. Hand sanitizers can be used but are not recommended as a substitute for hand washing. Use sanitizers in addition to hand washing or in a situation where soap and water are not available. To avoid spreading germs, limit sharing of personal items such as utensils, cups, and dishes. Your skin acts as a barrier to germs, but your eyes, nose, and mouth are more vulnerable. Wash your hands thoroughly before touching your face, eating, or drinking. Avoid physical contact with others, including handshakes, fist bumps, high fives, hugs, and kisses. Social distancing is deliberately increasing the physical space between people to avoid spreading germs. While regulations may vary by country or area, the best guideline for social distancing is to maintain a distance of 6 feet from others. Germs can travel through the air from one person to another. If you sneeze or cough, do so into a tissue or the inside of your elbow to prevent the spread of germs. Avoid contact with ill individuals and insist they isolate themselves until they have recovered and are symptom-free. Clean and sanitize frequently touched common surfaces and high-traffic areas in your home and workplace several times a day. Share these guidelines with others and help prevent the spread of illness and maintain a healthy environment. An ounce of prevention is worth a ton of cure.
But we can equally produce world-class organic crops and horticultural produce. And this is the reason the Kameho Namibia Development Agency set up this vocational training center here at Fasterai Farm in the Omaheki to teach young Namibians how to be organic farmers.
To train those artisans that will go out there, be ambassadors, produce food for this nation, and change the lives of their communities and themselves, and transform the lives of many Namibians out there.
Ding ons ke Epson. Die help ding ons ke asani boy. Skole ga raga 2018 na chotso raga help deep ka kwaswaza. Skole divide. Skole ga ngwa khaba karai gero help ka kabiwa. Uche kama kwa gasta rage selo kuitui kama half deep kagereti. Ya kakas na agriculture. Usrang gara-gara ita da tika dia kwat amahu na altai dige trochte bani ba tsaisa. Ukira nga se ging ha science na rasi kayo rage lusareng ka kwenara ho ingrigaw.
Students coming to Fasterai get a Level 2 National Certificate in Horticulture and Crop Husbandry, where each student grows their own food as part of their training. They are free to decide what to plant in their own little garden.
Morokeni wakwetu wakuhara tan kamuli kidanye ninka zange zizo nyembete zange ezani na tapeka ye makoi gange twalita purura ko mwina motu ninge totu mwina itapeke komeo tapeke no ntanga komeho o iguse monye pena na ikura ya kuru kona ukauke hano itura mebu nge mumkan tapekeresi yoyo ina imbumburu na ho kutumbura ezizo ndama zetu imwatu bwana emimage tuteke tuvureke raiti eto iyo kuri siga ho faramezi nya organic ko shezo karangesi na hafa nene mora na kwa kuruga na ininki ina hara unene me paru yangi
The special thing about what we do and what sets us apart from other training institutions is it's hands-on. Students learn while working, learning in order to get a job.
So this is my seedbed. I've planted butternut. They are doing well. They are growing. And then by next year, we will harvest. Yeah, I'm doing great. This is my whole seedbed alone. I want to become a farmer. At the same time, I want to give it back to the community. That's my plan.
This is the entire garden now.
As you can see, Mr. Terry, soon you will be harvesting your butternuts, ne? How did you manage to give such love and attention? You can see that they are really carrying a lot of fruits.
Yes. Commitment, my friend. Those parasites or insects, you never see them while it's hot. You need to get up early in the morning so that you come and survey your place. Yeah, can we go see your things also?
Now we are heading to my plot this side.
Which one of these?
This is for Daphne Ois. This is sweet melons. As you can see, this is already a fruit which is here.
Yeah, very soon we will be eating.
Very soon you will be harvesting. Not so long. And this is our lucerne.
Oh, I like that guy. I like that guy.
This is our lucerne plot which grows.
What did you plant here?
I planted sweet melons. Before I came here, I was just sitting at home. I was just doing a small business. I used to sell sausages and hot dogs. Yes, just for survival. So that's why I decided, let me try to further my education and gain more knowledge. My dream is to become a great farmer, an organic farmer which is certified.
Each student garden plot is assessed. This is an enjoyable and effective way to evaluate their practical skills. Many of our young Namibians grow up in rural areas, so speaking and reading English can be really tough. But with a garden plot, you don't need great language skills. What you learn to grow is healthy and nutritious organic crops. Learning by doing.
I enjoy the course and I enjoy our practicals. I'm gaining a lot of experience. Like when I go to the shop to buy a vegetable, I'm crying. It's like I'm wasting something I can do for myself. Yeah, that's what I'm learning right here.
We created this practical training methodology because industries want young graduates with real-life farming experience.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today we are starting with compost making, okay? So what is compost? The first question we always have to ask ourselves, what is compost? Matilda? It's because we are dealing with organic farming.
Keira kano lyanje okuyako fastira yokuikendi kaendi nunongo unji ngandikaronge fara mahaku kuiliko kotavi ikayenga ndi nunongo unji gaining ngo experience inji shandika uyandi nango experience inji na
mu yemuturi mujiri ovive kuvimuna okuya jiri matuso kuriunguriro vingura yetuponganda.
Sometimes when I go back home, I really miss my place. I enjoy this place, it's very nice.
We are together, we are now like a family here.
Yeah, it's a good place to be.
Tunombiri no hore imwe, tu vitere rombiri po fast drive heto. Pai fengino tatu ngomborot. Tatuli ikuya no yazamo chigadena, to ikuna sene. Leshi watoro mbaruru mushikuni no shokuria mushinyu oushimbu nao nombaro njalo kostoro nduru kale no wo umwe o etetuve shinda shimuna o bana sibetu okushomba ombango no kuthwero YouTube pa befuna kushaka toka tufukupita mu meho wao.
I'm connected and working for a company in Germany called AfriCrops, based in Berlin, to train and teach young people. And this is the reason why I'm here, to set up and establish this place. I'm shaking hand with the Kalahari here. Okay, now fix it. I have realized that many are coming from a tough background. There's a big improvement, not only when it comes to the education level, what they do in the field, the training, the skills they adapt here. It's really amazing what I can see. Even the place is supplying also good food to them.
At Fastrai, we ensure young people who have not finished school get a second chance.
This part is also not bad, but until now I think Mike is even better than this one, to be fair. Looks really proper. This was really the best welding we had in this competition. Huh?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Mike and Matilda. Okay, just bring it in. Yeah? Alright. Hey.
So they can do me the best welder from the girl's side, and this one is also the best welder from the guy's side. This is Michael Nampala.
Alongside the practical courses, this vocational training center gives students theoretical and motivational classes.
The head, the hands, the heart. And all together, what should be in the middle? Success. You have the skills now. You have the knowledge now. You do it by your heart. So this is the most important thing, that we have the passion also here. Okay? These are the 3 H's, very important to become successful in your future job. I think we can go to the workshop now and proceed with our welding.
Our head trainer, Veronica, has green fingers. She does hands-on practical training in organic farming principles.
I feel plants respond to touch, yeah? So I prefer to touch them so that they feel like there's someone really taking care of them and to give the yield or the harvest that we expect at the end of the day. So it's a way of connecting with nature.
Fastrai is one of the only places in sub-Saharan Africa where you can obtain a formal qualification in principles of organic farming, gain plenty of practical experience, and have a fun time in a safe environment.
We are going to start pruning the tomatoes. So there's a continuous fruiting and harvesting. So you can supply your market with that.
Through this visionary center of excellence, the lives of young women and men are being changed, which makes it a very special place.
I feel that this is a good opportunity for young unemployed Namibians that just want to gain agricultural skills, specifically in horticulture and crop production. So one day they might choose the experience, the practical skills they are getting to further their studies, to set up a profitable project, or simply just to be food self-sufficient.
Inakalari. O sea, weji panjariza wanja na biyo. Chaka vado kuri ngombe. Eri renda 2
Successful partnerships are the best way to transform and change the lives of young people together. This is why the Comeho Namibia Development Agency made a collaboration between the Office of the Governor of the Omaheke region, the Japanese Embassy, the Namibia Training Authority, AfriCrops in Germany, the Social Security Commission, the Canada Fund, and the Catherine Bulletin Foundation.
So for that we'll be always grateful. And the support we are getting from our councillors, our regional officers, and our governors, and the whole community at large.
Together, we have established a functioning vocational training center at Fastrai Resettlement Farm in the Omaheke region.
So I do feel at home because my passion is in horticulture. So that's what makes me happy. And here there's a garden, and then there are people that I'm training, so I feel at home.
In August 2018, we registered with the Namibia Training Authority. We are the only Namibian training center offering a national level certificate to applying organic principles in horticulture and crop husbandry. When we started in 2018, many of the first intake was sand,
which also had a very tough background, and they could not really afford this place and the money for the overalls, to get the food, everything. So this was, for that year, was supported also by AfriCorps.
And this year we have 30 students coming from all regions of Namibia.
I'm very happy that we have reached a milestone,
because we currently have 10 students who are on industry attachment, who are now waiting to be assessed to get their Level 2 certificate due in March 2022. We are very proud of what we have achieved for them to be able to get their certificate.
And I think the future looks very bright for this center as we are moving forward.
We feel it's important we prepare our young trainees for the job market. 2 of last year's students, John and Otto, have been on job attachment at Farm Krumuk outside Windhoek for the last 6 months.
I arrived here in July for my job attachment here. I've improved a lot from fast drive. So training I do fast drive. Kisiku kyo krum kamika kaika or tu komsung or mi de korak azuko croissant azudu Namibia. Yeah. We don't have a lot of farmers practicing organic farming in Namibia, so this is also a great opportunity for us to start this.
We just farm with nature, not against nature, so yeah.
They came up with innovations. They detected that we have root, not nematodes, in our Swiss chart. I was really impressed with the knowledge they brought here and the help they could provide us. It was great having John and Otto here from Fast Dry. They are definitely employable, and I think a lot of farms and a lot of producers are waiting for young guys like these to enter the job market.
Just look at our sunflower. Thank you. Let me go back to the match.
I'm very, very elated in the fact that Namibians are getting trained. And when we are looking at the poorest of the poor, the marginalized, this gives me joy. So I'm very, very happy that I've been part of this journey. It's always difficult to start something very small and make it grow. And there's a smile on my face. I have done my bit. I have contributed to the development of this country.
10 years ago, Nelago Kasutu, the founder and previous managing director of the Comeho Namibia Development Agency, had a vision to establish a vocational training center where young Namibians learn how to grow crops organically.
My wish that now that we have trained the people on horticulture and crop production, we can now, beside providing and enhancing the food production in Namibia, we want them to be able to export to the outside world. We are appreciating the help of AfriCorp, and we pray and believe that they are going to continue to meet our expectations. Thank you.
So Kurinda Kongze, I get fast rise, Kaisara Tony. And I met once in a Hedasang Arab Planese.
I feel Fast Dry is a home to me now. It's a new home. Yeah.
It's a step forward to go to my passion.
Butternut, maybe I will be the first person here to harvest.
I believe in this tree. It's a tree for life.
Shandin Jengala Nene Kutekalike Imeno.
But then I also have to come back to the name of this institution. Comeo is providing the training here. And when I think of this name, Comeo is Ovambo language, and it means go forward. And this is what we should do in the future with this place. Just go forward.
Yeah.